So what's the small story behind it all started here?
This all started, man, as a dream that Nicole had.
What's your name, by the way? So,
my name's Miguel. I'm the executive chef and partner here at Maharlika.
Okay.
And at Jeepney also. And this all started with Nicole's dream, you know. She wanted to open up a Filipino restaurant where we had upscale food. Most Filipino restaurants are like steam tables.
Yeah.
And people just go in and they point. So she wanted to do something where the community was proud of. And she went after tons of Filipino chefs, but none of them were willing to think outside the box. Never thought that Filipino food would take off.
Yeah.
She came up, approached me. I saw her crying one day at a restaurant we were working at together. I said, hey, what's going on? And literally she said, I can't find a Filipino chef. I said, well, I don't know anything about the food, but give me a shot.
Get out. That's how you didn't go to school, or?
Well, no, I was already a chef at, down in Soho at a place called Lola. That's where me and Nicole met.
Yeah.
You know, she was a GM, I was a executive chef there. But, you know, she really had this dream, and I said, you know, well, give me a shot. Let's see. I don't know anything about Filipino food. I can definitely think outside the box.
How many years ago was that?
This was in 2008.
Wicked.
So, you know, 4 years later, 2 restaurants, 3 clubs, you know, catering gigs, speaking engagements, TV shows, all of this stuff. I mean, it's insane, you know. Thank God for, you know, what we've received.
Filipino food. What comes to mind? You want to walk to the other place?
We're going to walk over to the other place.
Yeah. Or you want to, wherever you want to do, swimming around here. When you think of Filipino food, what people think of, man? I mean, when the people look at your menu, are they, I mean...
Well, to the outsider,
yeah.
Other Chinese.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
But Filipino food is a mixture of Spanish, Malaysian, Chinese. Right? It's the original fusion, man. You know.
Okay.
You had the Spaniards who came in and conquered the Philippines, and they brought in their influence with Mexican influences. You know, a lot of similarities between Latin food and Chinese food. So bring that all together, and you have, you know, basically your Chino Latinos. You know, all these Asians that have Spanish last names, Spanish influences. The food is, you know, the flavor profile is a punch in the mouth, man. It's just, you know, you have your sweet, your salty, and your sour, and that's basically your flavor profile. Every single level on its own, and they all come
intense.
Together. They all come together.
Talk to me about the menu. Like, what's some of the popular things on the menu?
It's a poor country.
Yeah.
Everything is used. Nothing. The most popular dishes is called sizzling sisig, and that's a dish that it's basically nose to tail of the pig. So you have a lot of pig parts where you have pork from snout, and it's all chopped up. It's, you know, braised nice and tender, then they chop it up, add some chilies and vinegar and some onions and some chicken liver or a little pork liver, and it's spicy. It's a great hangover food. They crack a raw egg on top. In the Philippines, they actually put pig brain right in it and stir it up.
I've been hearing about brain. Is what is it about brain? It has all the things that are good for it.
All the minerals. It's high in iron. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's a creamy substance. When you break it down, it's like an egg.
Yeah.
It's soft in texture. It's tasty. It's a great vessel for flavors.
Is there a lot of the Filipino restaurants in New York? I mean, I live in Queens. Is it Brooklyn? New York?
Well, the Filipino area in New York would be Woodside, Queens.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Roosevelt
Okay.
Avenue, around 69 to 72, you're going to find a lot of Filipino restaurants. Here in the city, you know, besides Maharlika, a few other places, Cafe 81, Grill 21, but there isn't a lot out here.
Okay.
But you'll find Filipinos everywhere, you know.
Got you. Yeah.
Filipinos are all over the place. And, you know, you might not know it, but you might have a Filipino as a neighbor.
Hey, what's the name of the new place that you guys opened?
Well, the new place is Jeepney. And the concept with that is different than Maharlika's. Maharlika's more of a fine casual.
Okay.
You know, very down to earth, very casual, but we wanted to elevate the food by applying French technique to it.
French technique?
Yes.
Okay.
So everything is broken down. The meats are cooked separately, the cooked separately, the sauces, and then we bring it all together.
Okay.
And, you know, that's adding French technique. So every ingredient has its own integrity.
Really?
With Jeepney, we wanted to still apply the same type of techniques, but what we wanted to do was make it more family-oriented. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to do composed large plates. So family style. You go over there, you have beers, it's a Filipino gastropub. beers, hang out,
Yeah,
play some
yeah.
dominoes, get a big plate.
Yeah, when you think of Filipino, you don't think of gastropub. You know,
No,
so it's like it's a mashup.
It's a mashup, but it's the same thing, with Maharlika. When we did this, nobody thought upscale Filipino.
Exactly.
So, we have to stay ahead of the trend. We have to keep reinventing ourselves
Yeah.
and make sure that we can introduce Filipino food to other people, that people know what it is. Because the way that it's been going, it's very intimidating to walk into a place where, it's a bunch of steam tables and you don't know what the food is.
Gotcha.
Here at Jeepney, it's an education. You come in and we teach you about the food. We let you know what the ingredients are, where the food is, how to eat it.
Yeah,
Okay?
God.
We don't use knife and fork. We don't use,
You don't use knife and fork. What do you use?
We use a spoon and a fork to eat. So how to eat the food, how to break it with the spoon and the fork, how to shovel the food onto the fork, how to add on your sasawans, which is your vinegar.
This is an experience. I didn't know this.
It's a whole journey when you come in here, and that's a beautiful thing about this place, because you come in here and it's an experience. You're not just coming to a restaurant where you sit down and eat, pick off the menu, right? It's a learning experience. It's an education, right?
Cool.
And by that, people keep coming back. They love it. They want to learn more intrigued. Everybody who comes in here either is Filipino or knows a Filipino, or dated a Filipino, or ate some Filipino food a long time ago, found it again. So it's an education.
What's been the hardest part for you for getting here? I love your energy. What's been the hardest part? Any advice you would share with anybody? Journeys to trying to open a restaurant in New York City?
Oh my God, just have a lot of patience.
Yeah, seriously.
Have a lot of patience, because opening a restaurant and doing something that's completely new to New York or anywhere is it's challenging. You have a lot of critiques that are going to come by, a lot of people that are used to the original form of the dish, and they're reluctant. They see things that we do here. It's a classic dish, but we apply different techniques to it. Like, this isn't Filipino, but they taste it, and then it's like that ratatouille moment.
Yeah.
You taste it back into childhood. They taste it, they're like, holy shit. What is this? This is exactly what I had when I was a kid, but it doesn't look the same. We've transformed things. The ube, which is a purple yam, we turned it into a waffle and made chicken waffles.
That's wicked.
Okay? Instead of using, maple syrup, we take the coconut and we make a coconut jam. And man, that's a syrup. And
that sounds
you,
awesome. Where are you from, by the way? Oh, Dominican. Dominican executive chef at a Filipino restaurant.
Mario Batali is not Spanish. He has Casamon. John George is not Malaysian, and he has Spice Market.
Yeah.
So I'm Dominican doing Filipino food. I fell in love with a beautiful Filipino woman, and that began my journey into this culture and the food.
Beautiful.
We got an opportunity to travel to the Philippines, backpack from the most northern point to the southern point, just zigzag and meet exciting people, great chefs, and really hang out with, the yayas and the lolas, the grandmothers and the maids, and really just spend time with them and really learn the secrets about the cooking and the love that they put into it. It's definitely been an amazing experience for me. Anyone who wants to open up a restaurant, if you have the passion, man, do it. This is a labor of love. Definitely.
I love that. Is there a website that you go to find all your locations? Or
you can locations at maharlikaNYC.com.
How do you spell that?
MAHLIKANYC.com. And then our Jeepney website will be up soon. And Jeepney is spelled JEENEYNYC.com. That's pretty soon.
Wicked.